Hey, what's going on? I want to walk you through everything this big update brings to Assassin's Creed Mirage in a way that feels like we're just chatting while you're getting ready to jump in. This one's not just a routine patch, it's a massive overhaul that adds a free story expansion, mechanical updates, quality of life features, and a bunch of tweaks that actually change how the game feels to play. The update's called Valley of Memory, and it's centered on a brand new region, AlUla, which gives Basim a fresh story arc and roughly 6 hours of new content. The story sets Basim on a journey to the mysterious lands of AlUla after he catches wind of a possible family connection that survived the events surrounding his origin. It's crafted to fit seamlessly within the main campaign without disrupting the original storyline, almost like a lost chapter that deepens Basim's personal lore. What's cool is how flexible the access to this new content is. You can start it naturally once you reach a certain mission in the base game, or you can jump straight into it from the main menu if you just want to experience the new story without replaying everything. The AlUla region itself is absolutely stunning. It's filled with wide desert plains, ancient temples, hidden oases, and cliffside ruins that feel purpose-built to test your parkour skills. Where Baghdad's rooftops and alleyways emphasize tight, urban parkour, AlUla opens things up. The designers clearly wanted players to feel free again, leaping across rocky arches, scaling monumental ruins, and weaving through vertical puzzles that reward smart movement. The mix of golds and deep red stone makes the entire setting feel like a painting in motion, and there's a noticeable emphasis on traversal-based storytelling. The biggest mechanical change in this update, and honestly one of the most exciting for longtime fans, is the introduction of manual free jump. You can toggle it in the settings, and it basically gives you back direct control over when Basim leaps, climbs, or disengages from walls. Before, movement relied heavily on context-sensitive inputs, which made the parkour feel fluid but also unpredictable. Free jump changes that completely. Now, if you want to make that perfect mid-run leap across a roof or pull off a cinematic drop, you press it yourself. It's no longer about hoping the game interprets your intention correctly. They also refined how ejects work. Side and backward ejects feel tighter, smoother, and more responsive, letting you chain movements without losing rhythm. Combined with animation improvements, Basim's movement now flows more naturally. It feels more deliberate, like the older Assassin's Creed titles where mastery of movement separated new players from veterans. You can tell the team really listened to feedback. Free jump is one of those features fans have been asking for since launch, and it changes how you approach traversal entirely. Another huge addition that quietly reshapes the entire structure of the game is Animus sequences, the new mission replay system. This might sound like a small thing, but it's one of the best features Ubisoft could have added. Previously, if you wanted to replay a favorite mission or assassination, your only real option was New Game Plus. Now, you can revisit story missions or contracts directly through the investigation board or by finding Animus icons scattered across the world. Not only does that mean you can re-experience the best moments without losing progress, but some missions also come with added challenges and exclusive rewards when replayed. It's perfect for completionists, challenge runners, or anyone who wants to test new strategies. For players who live for challenge, this update brings in brand new difficulty options and custom difficulty sliders. There's a new mode positioned between normal and hard for players looking for a balanced challenge, and then there's ultimate mode, which pushes stealth and combat to their limits. You can also now fine-tune your experience using a custom difficulty system, adjusting how enemies react, how lethal combat feels, and how much you want to rely on detection systems. The developers even tied in special rewards for completing permadeath or ultimate difficulty runs, which gives you a tangible reason to attempt them beyond bragging rights. It's a smart way to blend accessibility and difficulty. Whether you want a cinematic experience or a brutal stealth test, it's all configurable. Tool progression got a meaningful overhaul too. There's a new skill called Engineer 2, which expands how you can modify your tools. Level 3 mods have been introduced, giving you deeper layers of customization to fine-tune how gadgets like smoke bombs or throwing knives behave. This means tools now evolve with you. They're not just temporary gimmicks anymore, but core parts of your strategy. Maybe you want your smoke bombs to linger longer for stealth chain kills, or you want knives that silence guards instantly. Engineer 2 lets you do that. These changes make your playstyle more personal, and when combined with replayable missions, you can actually test and refine tool builds in a controlled way. There's also a smaller, charming feature that adds personality to Basim's world. Out melodies. These are new collectible musical sequences tied to parkour challenges scattered around the world. As you perform specific parkour routes or challenges, you collect short melodies that Basim can later perform at designated locations. It's a gentle, creative addition that breaks up the tension between missions and reminds you of the artistry of the world you're exploring. It's a great way to showcase culture and history while rewarding skillful traversal. Of course, no major update would be complete without a ton of bug fixes and performance tweaks, and this one delivers there too. The developers smoothed out AI behavior, especially how guards detect and pursue you. They also addressed issues with save corruption, quest blockers, and some lingering visual bugs that cropped up in crowded areas of Baghdad. There are noticeable improvements in frame pacing and loading times, particularly on consoles, and stability overall feels more consistent. Even smaller fixes like cleaner climbing animations and smoother transitions between cutscenes and gameplay make everything feel more cohesive. What's also worth talking about is how accessible the new story content is. Once you've reached the head of the snake mission in the main campaign, the new quest line unlocks automatically from the Harbiya Bureau. But if you're not there yet or you just want to skip right into AlUla, the update lets you do that directly from the main menu. You can start the expansion as standalone content without affecting your existing save. That flexibility is one of the update's biggest strengths. It caters to both newcomers who want to experience the latest story right away and returning players who just want to slot it naturally into their ongoing playthrough. AlUla as a setting adds new life to Mirage. The geography feels designed to highlight freedom and verticality. You'll climb towering sandstone structures, sneak through winding canyons, and explore massive underground ruins. The density of visual detail, from the patterns on market tents to the way light plays off the cliffs, makes it feel like the art direction team went all out. It's the kind of environment that feels like it was waiting for parkour to exist. Natural lines, ledges, and paths that beg for exploration. Underneath the gameplay layer, there's also a strong emotional thread in the Valley of Memories story. This isn't just another set of targets for Basim, it's personal. The story takes a closer look at his past, his identity, and his internal struggle. Mirage has always focused on Basim's transformation and moral conflict, but this expansion gives him new emotional texture. It shows his reflective side and connects pieces of his history that make sense in the context of the larger Assassin's Creed mythos. The writing feels intimate but still wrapped in mystery, staying true to Mirage's grounded tone. What's interesting about this update is how all the systems interplay. The parkour improvements make exploring AlUla more satisfying. The new tool mods and Engineer 2 skill tree make experimentation meaningful. Animus sequences give you the framework to replay and refine your strategies, and the new difficulty levels ensure that those refinements are put to the test. It's the kind of interconnected design that makes a single update feel like a true evolution, rather than a patch job. Even if you're a player who finished Mirage months ago and shelved it, this update makes it worth reinstalling. You get a fresh story chapter, meaningful gameplay improvements, and replay systems that breathe life into the core experience. Ubisoft clearly designed this update to be both a thank you to dedicated fans and a gateway for new players. For newcomers, it's almost like getting a definitive edition, the best version of Mirage so far. It's also worth appreciating how much attention went into polishing the little things. The subtle improvements to stealth detection, the better transitions between states like crouching and standing, the refined timing on parry animations, all of it adds up. Combat feels a touch tighter, stealth routes feel fairer, and you spend less time fighting the controls and more time planning your next move. Mirage already had a reputation for capturing the spirit of classic Assassin's Creed games, and this update amplifies that feeling while removing some of the rough edges that held it back.